and how they're receiving your album?
I look at it like if Michael Jordan did a documentary, I look at it like Scottie Pippen is gonna be in the doc, Steve Kerr is gonna be in the doc, you know, Phil Jackson is gonna be in the doc. You know, it's part of his story. You know what I mean? So if I tell a story about Slaughterhouse, there's gonna be mentions of all of the members. The camera is gonna pan on everybody because the story is about Slaughterhouse. Now, you know, a lot of it for me personally, not even for Joel, it was just that the last time we dropped the album, it was 2012. Okay, it's 2022. That was 10 years ago. You feel me? So in those 10 years, I kept trying to put the group back together. I took flights to New York to sit with Paul Rosenberg. I took flights to Detroit to sit with Eminem. I took flights to Detroit again to sit with Royce. I'm trying to put the group together. Royce say, come over here. We're going to make some music, and then we're going to finish a new album. All right, cool. I catch a flight. I'm staying out there for 2 weeks. I'm making music with them, you know, trying to put it together, you know. And all of the efforts, none of it really amounted to anything. So, and if it's not that's not my perspective, that's facts, because 10 years ago we released the album. 2022, there has been no album since. So it gotta be a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all of the efforts, it just didn't work. And I finally had to accept that, you know what, this is over. I need to close the chapter on this in my life because it's bringing me low vibes. Every time I talk, another conference call, another this, it's bringing me low vibes. It's disturbing my mental peace. You know what I'm saying? So I need to close this chapter in my life. And I'm going to tell my story because since I was a kid, I went in the booth when I was 8 years old. That's the first time I ever spit a rap. I've been talking about my life in the booth since I was 8. This is a part and a chapter of my life. So I got all rights to talk about my life. You know what I mean? Now, if they don't like it, I can't be mad at that. You know, I ain't mad at that, but nobody is going to tell me I got to ask for permission to talk about my life. You know what I mean? Musically, because that's what I've been doing. When I left Death Row Records, I made a DVD called Life After Death Row. Okay. With a mixtape with it. You know what I'm saying? I talked about my situation on Death Row Records and how everything went. And y'all, this is what I do. This is my therapy. So it's like, yo, we gonna do this. This is over. You know, I brought a situation to the table just to give it one last shot. I didn't even, I maybe my laws of attraction, maybe I was so in doubt that it would happen that I was putting out, you know, the wrong frequency. You know what I mean? But I was like, yo, one more time. Here's a great deal, fellas. We could put the music out. It could come out through a system that has nothing to do with the universal system, because that's where all of the people who were opposing Joe, they were in the universal system. So I went to a whole nother system and said, all right, here's another system. They can't block you. They can't hate on you. Here's the deal. It's negotiable. Give me a call. You know, everybody called me but Joe. Joe said he didn't want to do the deal. I said, all right, well, tell Joe to call me so we can figure out why he doesn't want to do the deal, what he wants what does he want? They're like, well, we got to see the paperwork. Look, we're not going to go back and forth. I got juice with these people. You tell me what you want, and that's what we putting in the paperwork. So the first time I present the paperwork to you, it'll be closer to what your idea of a great situation is. All this back and forth, that's crazy. Just give me a call. He never ring my phone, never called me. Weeks and weeks and months went by, and the deal just disappeared. You know what I'm saying?
It was weird, you know, because I had to watch these things last night, and you know me, I don't like any trouble. But you know, one thing that struck me as odd is Joe said, "I'm bigger than everything that you guys are doing." And I'm bigger than that, you know. And we all know that the podcast world has been, you know, very kind to Joe and what he's doing over there. But I feel like as a family, that's something that somebody shouldn't say. But somebody in the comments asked, would you do like Otis, and would you replace them like they did in the Temptations? Have you guys considered?
Yo, Yo, my phone been blowing up with people saying, yo, let me step in there. You know what I'm saying? They like, yo, let me step in there. But it's not, I don't want the Slaughterhouse brand anymore.
Right.
I want it out of my life. I don't want it. So they could do whatever they want with the Slaughterhouse brand. They could go get another member to replace me. You'll hear, I won't be bitter. I don't have no problems with that. I want to close that chapter in my life. I don't want to open it. I don't want to keep it up. So yeah, I mean,
Is there potential that you and Joel might just formulate a duo and move forward as that?
Album dropped 311.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, but is that like the continuation, like after now the continue on with that, or is this you guys saying your piece and then you're gonna go do your thing, Joel's gonna do his thing, and whatever the other two decide, what have you, the chips are gonna fall where they may, or are you and Joel now becoming your own entity?
I mean, me and Joel dropped a joint EP together called Hard. We did this right when the pandemic hit. So it kind of went under the radar because when the pandemic hit the country, everybody was kind of shook. You couldn't even get people to come out the house. It was quarantines. We couldn't get videos done. We couldn't get nothing done. So I was in New York. Rest in peace, Fred the Godson.
Yeah. Oh, guy.
Fred was in the sessions with us on every song that we made. You know what I'm saying? And we did this joint called Hard. And you know, the pandemic kind of threw a monkey wrench in our promo plans. We couldn't roll it out how we wanted to. We couldn't do anything. So
was that with
this is actually the second one.
Was you guys working with Heat Makers? Was it with
yeah, we was with the Heat Maker. Shout out Arsonist.
Yeah,
you know
don't leave my bro out this combo.
You know what I mean? Shout out Arsonist, man. You know, shout out all the rap connoisseurs in the house right now. And I'm going to even shout out this kid right here who think that I'm capping right now. What's his name? Magic Mariachi. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did Joe and Royce know that you felt the way that you feel, that you was done with Slaughterhouse, that, you know, you felt like it was over because, you know, you burning the Slaughterhouse logo? Did they know before y'all released this that this is how you felt?
So what I did was I went back when Joe said he didn't want to do it. This was my final attempt. So Joe said he didn't want to do it. I said, all right. I asked Royce, you want to do it, just us three? You know what I mean? And he was like, he don't want to do nothing Slaughterhouse without all four members. So that, you know, that's no. That means no. You know what I mean? And, you know, Joel was on the phone. And it was real tough to hear that because I was like, look, Joe has publicly retired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he has stayed pretty true to that retirement. I haven't heard him rap one time since he retired.
He don't even take pictures no more. I seen him at the Remy battle. He's like, I'm not even here to take pictures.
He don't even wrap Christmas presents no more.
Yeah, Joe has changed. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so he doesn't rap. And he's telling Royce, yeah, I'll rap. He's not, I don't believe that. And when he said he didn't want to do it or whatever, for whatever reasons, I'm not going to go, I don't know, shit. Whatever reasons you don't want to do it. And let me just be real clear right now. If we got business on the table, communications is rule number one. If you're not communicating, you don't even have the position.
Now, may I speak? Now, me and Joe, we've had our shit. We both from Jersey. His mother and my mother, they talk on the phone all of the time, you know,
right.
But I come from Joe's perspective. Now, I can't speak for him, but I'm just guessing. You know, sometimes the music industry breaks your heart. Right. And sometimes, you know, so for him to go be extremely successful with the podcast scene, which would probably be the success that he wanted as a rapper, just like with 50 Cent. When 50 Cent dropped the vitamin water, he's like, man, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? He sat down on stage and said, you know what I mean? Vitamin water. So, and I like, again, I don't want to speak for Joe because, you know, I have a hate relationship with Joe. But what, what I would say is that maybe from that end, it was like, yo, I got the bag here. So it's like, I'm going to retire rapping because rapping never got him, even though they both go together. And rapping didn't get him a check like him talking all day.
He's supposed to stay focused and pump it up. You heard? From what I gathered from the live that I watched was Joe and Royce were saying that they never actually had turned down the deal. It really seemed like Joe wanted you guys to be on his heels, and he wanted you to continuously follow up and say, hey, the deal, we need the deal. What are you going to do about the deal? Because he was making it seem as though he didn't get more detailing and that he never said no. He might have came out of retirement. Maybe he might have Jay-Z'd us and, you know, tricked us, and he would have unretired.
Nah, he's a diva now, but go ahead.
And then it feels as though he's Beyonce, and Royce was definitely giving all types of Kelly energy. He was holding himself back from saying things, and he was definitely supporting. Like he said, he wasn't going to do it if Joe wasn't going to do it. But you could tell that they now have feelings behind it. You could tell they have some kind of regret, and you know, hopefully you guys, you can come to some kind of, you know, resolve. But you could tell that they did want to do it, but they wanted a chase. It's like the girl that has an attitude with her boyfriend. You like, what's wrong? And she's like, nothing. But you know something. She hungry something. She wants you to chase her and figure out, are you hungry? You tired? You want a back massage? And that's what Joe wanted. He wanted somebody to, you know, coddle him. It feels like, and nurse his feelings on coming back into the industry, because, you know, he's from New Jersey.
I mean, if he was looking for that, that might have happened 10 years ago. I might have been like, yo, man, let's do it, because that was my energy 10 years ago. But now my energy is, we too old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You either want to do it or you don't. You know what I mean?
That's the part that rubbed me wrong, you know, to say the part that, and I don't normally give this much opinion, but I had to watch everything because I'm fans of all you guys. I've worked with you guys one way or another, you know, with everybody in the group. So I am in this hip hop thing. And the only thing, you know, with the interview, it sounded like, one, it's a lot of miscommunication, and there's nothing wrong with a mediator to come involved. I think ego definitely played a part on Joey's part. You know what I mean? For him to say, I'm bigger than everything that you guys are doing right now. I didn't think that was cool. And ego. And then, you know, I watched everything last night, and I will say, to not even put too much, you know, attention on it. I just think that you guys have an amazing album dropping Friday. It's a story to be told. It's the rise and fall, and you know, sometimes people can bounce back. But I'm thankful that you guys opened up the dialogue. Of course, all of us, it's like we were flies on the wall for the first time in our lives, because you guys, everybody did everything on live. But I feel like, you know, with such a successful group, I think that you guys, it's really a lot of miscommunication. And of course, there's other things in the background.
And hurt. You could tell they're hurt, Dr. Love.
It's a lot of miscommunication. Look, and it's been this way for years. You see what I mean?
Difficult.
So when you know, sometimes when you're trying to be the best version of yourself, you got to cut things out of your life. I mean, you can't just keep living around triggers. You know what I'm saying? It's just not, it's not healthy. So it's funny that we talking about Slaughterhouse now, because, you know, we talking about it because of the album. And now all of a sudden there's so much passion for Slaughterhouse. Where was that passion while those 10 years were passing by and I was behind the scenes trying to put it together?
Right.
Where was that passion? Now there's passion because this album and this title and burning shirts. And let me just get to that real quick, because a lot of people mention the burning of the shirts. When LeBron left Cleveland, his fans burned his jersey.
Yeah.
That's what that symbolized. I'm leaving, I'm moving on. They were mad at me burning that's why they were burning the shirts on the video. They're mad that I'm moving on and closing that chapter in my life. And it symbolized that. You know what I'm saying? And when I say things like, you know, I gotta get rid of Slaughterhouse out of my life, that's just me being 1,000. I'm no longer allowing anything in my environment that doesn't match my energy, period. If I'm over here trying to create bags and good vibes for my people and they not doing that same thing for me, adios. I don't got time to play no game. So, you know, my whole thing is this. They can go and use Slaughterhouse. They can go and make music. They will make some great music together. You know what I mean? They could go do whatever they want to. They're not going to hear two sentences out of me about any of it. I'm relinquishing my ownership, you know, in that logo and all that kind of stuff. Whatever I got, y'all use it. You're not going to get me knocking on your door. Yo, I need a check. Y'all just use. Nah, go ahead. Y'all help build that house too. You know what I mean? Go tell your stories. You feel me? And it's all good. I mean, I heard some things on those lives that was not true. You feel me? But I choose to, anytime somebody attacks me or my character, I just choose to respond with truth.
Well, I
That's it.
Can I say this? Can I say this, please? Okay. So, you know, I was in a group before. And so I know what it feels like to be in a group. You know, everybody come from different walks of life because, you know, that's what it is. Different
mental problems too.
This is what that's
different traumas.
This is what I'm saying. And so at the end of the day, I know how it feels, you know, and also to come together, and even though y'all came from different walks of life, y'all came together and y'all did something great. And at the end of the day, years go by and you're trying to figure it out. So for instance, with me, over the years, we done had people reach out, yo, we want to do a band reunion, we want to come together. Everybody's not on the same page. Everybody's going through different things in their life. Some people feel like they don't want to do it. Some people feel like they want to do it. Some people feel like they need to do it. And some people like, I don't need it. So at the end of the day, I felt like within my group that we had built a family, that we had a friendship. I don't know about everybody else's groups, but I felt like that. And when certain people wasn't on the same page as me, because for me, I needed the money. And so that was my reason for wanting to go back on tour after all of these years. I need this bread. I'm a mother, you know what I'm saying? I got to pay bills. Shit is real out here. I need this money. Somebody in the group felt like they ain't need the money.
Yeah, they
you know
on.
what I'm saying? they ain't need the money. They good. And so for me, after having this one-on-one conversation, that's why I had asked you, did they know how you felt? Because for me, when I spoke to my group member and I told my group member why I wanted to do it, why I needed to do it, and he still spent the block and said, I'm good, I felt like he was saying, fuck you, fuck your kid, I don't care, because it ain't no I in team, my nigga.
You said
ain't
he?
No
You said he? It's like
no,
playing guess
ain't
who,
no I
okay?
in team,
Not,
ain't no
not.
I in we. You know what I'm saying? And once I had this heart-to-heart conversation with you and kept it a buck, because it was a question he asked me. He said, Babs, why do you want to do this? And so once he asked me and I told him, and then he still said, I don't want to do it, but you're supposed to be my friend, my brother. At the end of the day, my kid is your nephew.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so regardless of the fact if you don't want to do it, can you do it? You might not need to do it for you, but you need to do it for us. You shitting on 5 other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I felt. So that's why
Did you want to chop him out of your life after that?
So that's why I had asked you. Listen, at the end of the day, I was on some fuck you shit, because I felt like you said fuck me, so I said fuck you. So at the end of the day, that's why I had asked, did y'all have those one-on-one
Did you kick him out the nest?
Did y'all have these one-on-one conversations before it led to you? Did they know exactly how you feel that you had that, and then, you know, you did what you did? Because I feel like for my group member, if he feel any type of way about anything that I have to say, like, my nigga, I already had these conversations with you up front, my guy.
Did you have a top conversation with him 5 times? A top 5 conversation with him? Or is he pushing P?